So what have we done? We've defined this horse class.
Yeah, we created a class and then we instantiated two objects. Is that the right way to say it?
That's correct. We gave the attributes of the object to be legs, weight, and color, and then we instantiated, we brought into existence using this magic word new, and it automatically brings into existence this horse. And then as soon as we do that, then we can give it information here. Now, one of the things that you can do is you can control how the output looks. So instead of that cryptic horse at and then a weird number, you can actually create and override what's called a ToString method and control what that looks like. In Java, there is a method that every object owns, and it's called the ToString method. And that's what outputs that horse at and then the hashtag. It's invisible. It's inherited from the top of the hierarchy, the object class. Okay, and that's another thing about classes that we'll talk about if we ever get into a longer discussion, and it's called inheritance. Okay, but the ToString method is a pretty easy thing. So here we're going to type public string to string. Now, this is always what you will do. If you want to control what an object looks like when it is output, then this is where you do it. All right. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move this output statement down here, and I'm going to take out these and take out these. So when I print that, when I call this, I still want it to show all of this information, but I want it to be in a more meaningful way. So what would be a sentence that you would say describes this horse? Let's describe Joe. How can we describe Joe with his information?
Joe is a brown horse with 4 legs, weighing 2,000 pounds.
Okay, very good. Now, the actual word Joe is not actually stored as an attribute. So we're just going to generically say, this is a horse that weighs, I can't remember all your sentences. So this is a horse that, what all did you say? Say it again.
That weighs 2,000 pounds, is brown, and has 4 legs. That's a terrible way to say it.
No, that's perfect.
We'd probably say like this is a brown horse, right? Or 2,000 pound
yeah,
brown
there
horse.
we go. There we go. This is a brown horse that weighs 2,000 pounds
and has 4 legs.
And has 4 legs.
That's better. My English teacher won't kill me about that sentence. It's not too bad.
Yeah, no, that's a good sentence. That's a good sentence. All right, so let's see what happens. Actually, what we have to do is we have to return this. And the reason we have to return this is because this method, public string to string, because it had string as the data type, that's what it's expecting. All right, so let's see what happens when we run this. Whoops, what happened?
So same as
semicolon
print.
expected. Oh, there it is, semicolon right there. Okay, say again.
So return is same as print, like printing?
Very similar, yes. In this particular case, we are returning the answer to be printed. So when I say system out print line Joe, this is automatically called in Java. Okay, it's just like saying Joe dot to string. In fact, that's what I'll do. Okay, I'm not going to put it for tank, but I'm going to put it for Joe. This should work. Yep, it does. And there's our output. Are we happy with that?
No, because that's not the information for Tank. That's just the information for
That's
Joe
right.
Fly.
We have to be more specific in our statement. This is a perfectly great sentence for Joe, but it doesn't work for Tank. So what do we need to do to fix this sentence to make it work better?
Tell it the spots in the sentence where it would choose between whichever horse it's
That's right.
returning. Yeah.
This is the first one, right?
Mhm.
What does this need to be instead of brown?
Color.
This needs to be color.
Mhm.
Now, because it's still inside of these quotes, that's not going to work. So what we have to do is we have to kind of piece together a sentence that alternates between pure text and then the actual variable. So we have to concatenate,
Oh, yeah.
right? So we're going to close the quote, and then we're going to put the plus sign, and then we're going to put the plus sign again, and then open the quote. And now let's just see if that made a difference. I know we haven't fixed the pounds and the weight or in the legs yet. Let's see if that is now unique for Joe and Tank. Aha. This is a brown horse. This is a chestnut horse. So we have fixed that part of the output. Okay. Now what?
Now same we can apply for weight and the
Yes. So instead of 2,000 pounds here, we say weight. And then we have to do the same thing. Close the quote, put a plus, put another plus, open the quote. And then over here, whoops, you know what? Because I'm concatenating, I can go ahead and bring this line down. It'll still work. It just keeps everything in all the code here. And so right now, we're going to replace this 4 with what?
Thanks.
Legs. And then do the same thing. Close the quote, put a plus, open the quote. And now, boom, there we have it. Okay. So it's brown horse, chestnut horse, 2,000, 4,000, 4 legs, 4 legs. So we have customized this output so that it's a more meaningful sentence. Now, we could give this horse a name. And here we could say Joe.name equals Joe. And down here, we could say Tank.name equals Tank. And then what would we do on the ToString to include the name?
Just replace this with name.
Yeah.
Name is a color horse that weighs weight pounds and has legs.
There we go. Whoops, what did I do? Oh,
You capitalize name.
I capitalized name. That was dumb. All right. Or maybe I just did it on purpose, just to see if you were paying attention. You ever use that line in class?
Yeah.
Every time I make a mistake.
Every time we make a mistake. There we go. All right. So there we go. So notice how we've just kind of built this class from the bottom up, and we start adding features and doing all that kind of stuff. That's building a class.